Hello, beauties. This morning I have a candle lighting, so you might like to take a moment or two with your eyes closed down to consider where that light might be needed. You know, it's beautiful to have a symbol of the light to remind us of the light that we are, and to send our love light where it might be needed. Or perhaps you're needing this morning to recall or remember the light that you are. Taking a moment or two with your breath. Being present to your intentions. And being with your breath, breathing in love. And breathing your intention out to the universe. We begin this day in gratitude. We open our hearts and we surrender to love. We ask love to lead the way through the minutes and the hours of this new day. We welcome joy, fun, and abundant prosperity. We recognize that all encounters are wholesome and that all experiences can be met with a peaceful heart that is anchored in the truth that we are love, that we are free, and that we are one. And we release these words and let it be. So lesson 69, as I said to you, these are some of my favorite lessons, 67, 68, and 69, up to 70. I love them all, but I especially love these ones. I got a lot of healing and a lot of hearing, really working these lessons. So my grievances hide the light of the world in me. And I have a note to self here that says, love is not holding the grievance, the ego is. We naturally shine. And you know, we don't allow people to see the fullness of us when we hold grievances. No one can look upon what your grievances conceal. So no one can see the light in you if all these grievances are concealing it. Because your grievances are hiding the light of the world in you. Everyone stands in darkness and you beside them. But as the veil of your grievances is lifted, you are released with them. Share your salvation now with them who stand beside you when you were in hell. They are your brothers and sisters in the light of the world that saves you both. So we've got to share, we've got to open our hearts. We don't want to limit any possibilities. You know, we came here to grow and to know who we are. Today, let us make another real attempt to reach the light in you. Before we undertake this in our more extended practice period, let us devote several minutes to thinking about what we are trying to do. We are literally attempting to get in touch with the salvation of the world. We are trying to see past the veil of darkness that keeps it concealed. These are the clouds I was talking about earlier. We want to move past these. We want to dissolve these clouds. We are trying to let the veil be lifted and see the tears of God's child disappear in the sunlight. Let us begin our longer practice period today with the full realization that this is so, and with real determination to reach what is dearer to us than all else, and that is our freedom and our peace. Salvation is our only need. There is no other purpose here and no other function to fulfill. You know, saving ourselves from any idea that we are anything other than love. Learning salvation is our only goal. Let us end the ancient search today by finding the light in us and holding it up for everyone who searches with us to look upon and rejoice. So this is an option that we have, you know. This is an option that we have right in front of us on this day. Very quietly now, with your eyes closed, try to let go of all the content that generally occupies your consciousness. Think of your mind as a vast circle surrounded by a layer of heavy, dark clouds. You can only see the clouds because you seem to be standing outside the circle and quite apart from it. From where you stand, you can see no reason to believe there is a brilliant light hidden by the clouds. The clouds seem to be the only reality. They seem to be all there is to see. Therefore, you do not attempt to go through them and pass them, which is the only way in which you would really be convinced of their lack of substance. And we will make this attempt today. So, you know, when you're on a flight and you take off and then you move into the clouds and, you know, you look out the plane window and all you can see are the clouds. And then suddenly you move above the clouds and the light is so brilliant. And you would have no idea that that was there when you're in the thickness of the clouds. Literally, like you have no idea that that light is there. And then you move above it and there's this clear blue sky and this brilliant light. Well, that's exactly what this is like. So after you have thought about the importance of what you are trying to do for yourself in the world, try to settle down into perfect stillness, remembering only how much you want to reach the light in you today. Now, determined to go past the clouds, reach out and touch them in your mind. Brush them aside with your hand and feel them resting on your cheeks and on your forehead and on your eyelids as you go through them. Go on, the clouds cannot stop you. And if you are doing these exercises properly, you will begin to feel a sense of being lifted and carried ahead. Your little effort and small determination call on the power of the universe to help you. And God will raise you from darkness into light. You are in accord with God's will. You cannot fail because your will is God's. Have confidence in God today and be certain that they have heard you and answered you. You may not recognize the answer yet, but you can indeed be sure that it is given you and you will yet receive it. Try as you attempt to go through the clouds to the light to hold this confidence in your mind. Try to remember that you are at last joining your will to God's or to love's. Try to keep the thought clearly in your mind. What you undertake with love must succeed. Then let the power of love work in you and through you, and love's will and yours will be done. So we're going to do this now, and then we'll come back and look at what the shorter practice periods are about. But, you know, remembering that we can't directly change another, but we can be the change that we want to see. And today we want to see the light. You know, we want to know the light that we are. We want to know the beauty that we are. And so we're going to gently close our eyes down. And we're going to get a sense of those clouds around us. And all the clouds are judgment. All the clouds are truth, are beauty. So in your mind's eye, seeing those thick, dark clouds. Feel yourself surrounded by them. Feel the heaviness of them, the weight of them. Recognize what they're filled with. All your worries, your troubles, your fears, your grievances. All your sadnesses, all your losses. So many things in these big dark clouds. And today we're going to move past them. You're going to begin to will yourself through these clouds. Feel them rub against your face, your brow, your eyes. cheeks as you move on through. Feel the coldness of them against you. And keep on moving through. Keep walking through this cloud. Keep moving towards the light. Keep going until you find yourself in brilliant, warm, delicious light. Allow yourself to bask and bathe in this light. And if you can tear yourself away to come back to our shared screen, we'll just finish up by taking a look at what we're to do in the shorter practice periods. So in the shorter practice periods, which we will want to do as often as possible in view of the importance of today's idea to your happiness, remind yourself that your grievances are hiding the light of the world from your awareness. So remember, you do have the light, it's just not in your awareness. Remind yourself also that you are not searching for it alone and that you do know where to look for it. Say then, my grievances hide the light of the world in me. I cannot see what I have hidden, yet I want to let it be revealed to me for my salvation and for the salvation of the world. And also be sure to tell yourself, if I hold this grievance, the light of the world will be hidden from me. And that's if you're, tempted at any point during this day to hold a grievance against anyone. So this is so beautiful. This is such a divine practice, and this is one you'll be doing for the rest of your life. But what's beautiful is the more you practice, the easier it gets. And these little nuggets drop into your awareness as soon as you're about to hold a grievance. As soon as you feel yourself beginning to harbor something, you're going to want to work through it immediately. You're going to want to understand it, and you're going to want to face into it as opposed to avoid it and hold it somewhere in your body or in your awareness. Okay, so happy practicing.